I met Carrie Newcomer at a dinner, and she sang at the end of the meal as a gift. I was blown away by her music, by her lyrics, by the person she was, and I said, wow. And I went over to her afterwards thinking, oh, she's not going to want to do something for me. But I went over to her and I said, I love your music. Can we ever consider you singing to the community that I lead? And might we ever do something together? And she said yes. And that was the beginning of truly an incredible relationship that I've had.
Today while it rained, I washed the jars, and then I lit a flame, set the water to start, and at the end of the day lined up the cool and seal, 12 pints of spiced peach jam, 20 jars of dill beans canned from an old recipe that my mother gave to me because
I was already familiar with Sandy's writing. I was like, wow, that sounds like a really interesting idea, and I'd love to explore that. You know, and you never know. You never know when you try something new and creative and collaborative. But we have had so much fun.
Absolutely. It's been incredible. It's, you know, her music and the lyrics of the song really sparked stories.
I first learned about faith in my father's arms. Every summer I would go to the New Jersey shore with my family.
I found that her words, you know, touched a certain place in me that helped me give expression to things that I didn't yet have words for.
My dad would come and spend the weekends with us. Even now I can conjure up the smells and the tastes of those lazy months of July and August.
We share a common faith in life's meaning and purpose and connectedness, and we color that with our own paintbrushes.
And when a large wave threatened, he lifted me up. He lifted me up, and he carried me.
For me, art is probably the best way to give expression to the deeper spiritual yearnings we have. Because it's open and freeing, because it allows us to use metaphor in creative ways and to capture something that's very hard to capture.
My father died in 1984, but I still remember. I still remember those sun-tanned arms holding and lifting me up, telling me whenever I was afraid, Sandy, don't worry, I'll go too. I think of God as the arms that carry me over the waves and coax me to do a little more than I imagine I can. Thank you, Dad.
One of the lovely things about this collaboration is periodically over the last months, I would open an email and there would be another story from Sandy. When this one came in, it was, oh, what a lovely story. And this is a song about my father. It seemed a good pairing.
When I was small, I often said that there were ugly things beneath my bed. I'd slip downstairs when I got scared into the safety of Dad's easy chair, and that chair was like a long, deep sigh that'd stay until he'd say it's time. But he'd always smile and put his hand in mine and tell me I'll go too.
Your music resonates across all religious lines. I mean, everybody can hear your music and feel that it enriches and deepens their faith tradition. And I'd like to tell stories that do the same thing.
You know, sometimes when you write a children's story, you get the gift of an illustrator who makes pictures out of your words. And then you have this extraordinary experience of a musician making a song out of your story. And that's a gift that Carrie gave me.
I think for some people, they would say, you spent hours on 3 words? And I'm going, oh yeah, of course you do. And it's fun. You know, it's like when you find the right word, when you find just the right way to say it, man, is there anything better?
No, it's amazing.
He leaned in and whispered as he turned the page, and he said, make yourself into a flame, a crazy old lion with his hair all backlit, grinning like a little boy who had a secret.
Yes, absolutely. It's been wonderful. It's just been wonderful. I mean, I think it's opened up creativity in me that I didn't know was there. You know, sometimes somebody just says something or gives you a phrase or a piece of music, or you read something in a novel and you go, now I know what I need to do. I'm retiring from the synagogue in June of this year, and I had to figure out how to say farewell to a congregation that I've served for 36 years. And I really didn't have the words. And then I heard a gathering of spirits. And I can't explain it. I couldn't if I tried. And those words were exactly the words I needed to be able to fashion a way of saying goodbye and saying what my relationships here in the congregation have meant to me.
There's a gathering of spirits, there's a best of all our friends, and we'll take up where we left off when we all meet again. I can't explain it, I couldn't if I tried, how the only things we carry are the things we hold inside, like a day in the open, like the love we won't forget, like the laughter that we started and it hasn't died down yet. Oh.
Music in a story, sometimes you can give it a metaphor, sometimes you can give it a story, you can give it language, and it's recognizable. Ah, that's it. That's what I caught at the corner of my eye.
But I think we both do something that's very much a part of the artistic life, I think, is listen and pay attention. What's at the core is what we share as human beings.
You know, after the first performance, we kind of looked at each other and said, let's do that again.
Absolutely, we'd love to. Actually, people said to us, you can't let that be the only time. You need to do this more, and I'd love to.